All right. Game time, man. Game time. Let's go, Chiefs. What is going on?
It's not looking good.
Bro, what's going on with your team? Why are we doing this?
Well, it's Dallas, so it's what we do. I was expecting more out of Arrowhead. I was expecting this. Like, I mean,
Dude,
might as well, chalk it up.
trash,
Michael Parsons.
Yeah. I'm gonna lose. Nobody's doing shit. Pickens, Mahomes. Okay. Hey, a little bit of momentum, but it's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
No, probably not. Oh, we sacked Jalen Hurts again. We turned him over again.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Oh shit! We scored. Is that 13 unanswered points? What is?
That's 21 unanswered for us.
What am I feeling?
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Feeling hope, baby.
Yeah.
What up, everybody? Welcome back to Hope. Welcome back to Fantasy Football, and welcome back to the Fantasy Fuck Round. I'm Tvshka. This is my boy Josh. We are in the building, and we are with some dubs, baby. I just eat them like a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Bro, what the hell was this weekend?
It was a weird one. It was exciting one.
Wild stuff.
If for those who don't know, there's a chart, or at least a timeline of what Dallas fans go through every year.
Yeah.
I am on the I got hope again.
Yep.
George Pickens, we'll get into it, is having easily his best season of his career. Yep. He has only like 20 less receiving yards than the entire Steelers receivers. Jerry had arguably one of the worst trades that I can think of, but then yet he also traded George Pickens and got Quinnen.
Yeah.
And we have hope.
Yeah.
And now we get us two playing each other. So we know we're thankful for playoff hopes. That's what we're thankful for.
That is true. We are thankful. We hope you all are thankful. Gobble, gobble, turkey. Also, turkey in Choctaw, if you don't know, is spelled F-U-K-I-T, and it sounds just like that. It is fuck it. So hope you all have a good fuck it day. But man, I mean, this weekend, I'm 3 out of 4. Good win weekend. Not the best scoring weekend, though. Unfortunately, I got to say. I mean, I just don't think there's any other better way to get this party started than to get right into the top 10, baby. It's a weird one. It's a weird one.
Yeah.
Davis, kick him, baby. Oh, man. Put in the work. Some people did. Not everybody. There are quite a bit of missing people reports out there. A lot of the milk cartons have been sent. And I mean, we'll get into some of the details, but I mean, we just got to start off the top, man, with the overall. Yeah, looking at that. Yeah, I mean, clear your eyes. Jameis Winston is in the top 10. Yeah, go ahead, bud. Yeah.
Jameis Winston. If you want to know why the Giants and the Jets are terrible, is because they can't get out of their own damn way. You had Jackson Dart on your roster the whole time. You obviously had Jameis Winston on your roster the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Jameis Winston, you sometimes don't know if the ball's going to the other team, but he's going to at least matriculate the ball down the field. Russell Wilson doesn't do nothing. Jackson Dart
know.
is the future, but Jameis Winston is going to make it exciting. It's going to make fun football. For those who don't know, Jameis Winston won you some leagues when he was still with Tampa because I think he went 30 for 30. 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions. But as a fantasy player, you'll love him. As a human being, he is entertaining as hell.
Oh my God, the best. Yeah,
The
wait
best.
till Wednesday. We're gonna have some great clips. But other people showed up too. Gibbs ate like a motherfucker, getting 55 fantasy points. 55. Definitely, I think that tops the season so far. I think that's the best performance.
Yeah.
But right behind him with 37 points, well, really not right behind him, but in second is JSN, man. We can't say enough good things about him. 33 Winston. Hurts with 31. Actually getting a couple of passing touchdowns in this one. Wan'Dale Robinson being the recipient of some of that Jameis magic. Amon-Ra St. Brown in the same game. Like that game itself was just absolutely electric.
There was over 900 yards worth of total offense, I believe.
Yeah. I mean, I actually need to set some time maybe over the holidays and just rewatch that whole game. Or just watch it for the first time other than just the highlights. But Amon-Ra St. Brown coming in at 30 points. Right behind him in one of the other great games of the week, George Pickens gets 30. And the guy who helped them to get there, Dak Prescott, gets 28. Creeping into the top 10, which we knew he would be there at some point, Christian McCaffrey from tonight. So he bumps Emmanuel Wilson down, and he bumps A.J. Brown out. A.J. Brown getting it from Hurts, getting 25. Emmanuel Wilson, definitely the pickup of the week, getting you guys 27 fantasy points there. Josh, I mean, it's just it's weird. I mean, we'll get into some of the particular, the quarterbacks, wide receivers, and all that, and that scope. But just the top 10, some new names, some old names coming back, then some of the current ones. But anybody that were like overall top 10, maybe should have been there, bad matchup, or I don't know. What are your expectations, or what are you taking away from the top 10 overall?
The Wan'Dale stuff, I don't know if that's trending. Emmanuel Wilson.
Exactly.
Emmanuel Wilson, I can talk about it now. I think Emmanuel Wilson was this week's Sean Tucker because I expect Josh Jacobs to come back next week.
Yep.
There's no sign that that's true, but I got a feeling.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah. That Josh Jacobs is probably going to come back. It just depends because it's a short week. They probably might rest him. So if you have Emmanuel Wilson and Josh Jacobs isn't playing, you're happy because he's going to get the workload. But for that late playoff push, which is kind of the theme of this episode, I'm still skeptical about it. Yep. But I'm glad that he's on your team for right now. It's kind of a weird thing. Wan'Dale, kind of the same thing. Is it the Lions' bad defense? Does Jameis have something there? They just fired their defensive coordinator. I mean, because there's 5 games that the Giants were up in the fourth quarter and lost this season.
Yeah, that is rough. But they've had the injuries, and honestly, I mean, they've been punching above their weight all season long. And I mean, if you're a Giants fan, you can't have anything but hope for next year for sure. Still a snowball's chance. I mean, it is going to be winter time, so maybe there. But and hello there. Good to see you, Brandon Marr. And but yeah, it's a little bit odd of an oddity. I don't exactly trust anybody from the Giants. It just feels like a little bit of a crapshoot. Because I mean, looking at this matchup with the Lions, you didn't expect them to be this good, and it turned out that they were. Which kudos, awesome. But yeah, going into the playoffs, I don't know if I would exactly trust them, but I also don't trust the quarterbacks, brother. The top 10 is pretty weak this week. Jameis Winston's at the top. Like, what are we doing? Like, what upside down are we living in? He's at the top of 33. Jalen Hurts, like we said,
the upside down is the Cam Ward situation.
Yeah, Cam Ward behind
against Seattle.
Prescott. Yeah, against Seattle's defense, getting 24. Stafford, the potential MVP, definitely. I mean, his team knocked out the early season MVP for the first few weeks. Baker Mayfield getting 23 points. Caleb Williams getting a W against Pittsburgh. Are they real or not? He's getting 22. Trevor Lawrence against a surprisingly feisty Arizona Cardinals team. With a lot of injuries and no Kyler Murray getting 20 points there. And the guy he beat or defeated in that 24-27 match was Jacoby Brissett. I'd like to say Brisket, though. Getting 19. Jared Goff got 18, and Patrick Mahomes got 18 in their top 10. Why? Why are we doing this? Why are these people in the top 10, man?
Because everyone else sucked. I mean, Drake May laid an egg against a terrible Bengals team.
Yeah.
Which I thought for a second there that Arthur Smith was back I thought Arthur Smith was the offense coordinator for the Patriots. I'm sitting there watching the game and I'm like, I'm pretty sure he's a great person.
Right.
But why is Ramondre Stevenson on the field anymore? Why?
Mm-hmm.
Why are we doing this? What does Travion have to prove, which he did the past 2 weeks, that he should be the guy getting most of the carries? Now, I need to pull up and see exactly what the snap percentage was for Travion Henderson, but every time I looked at the game, he wasn't in it. He wasn't getting the ball. He wasn't doing nothing. I mean, he had 18 carries for 66 yards, 3 for 15.
Yeah.
He should have 20 carries. He should have more than that. Especially against that Bengals defense. So I didn't get that there. But the QB situation, if you have Matthew Stafford right now, you're good.
Yep.
That's about it. Now, Caleb Williams and the Bears are really coming into form. That's not a fluky 8-3. But Caleb Williams is still Caleb Williams. If you know what I'm saying when you watch him play, because it's like, get rid of the ball, quit dangling, get rid of the ball, and it's just him getting used to Ben Johnson's offense. And Mononga is helping that out. But the Steelers defense isn't that great, even though they did score you some points this week. But Caleb Williams, you're going to start, but you're going to be like, all right, dude, just please, for the love of God, put it together again. But he's been pretty solid fantasy-wise. But Matthew Stafford is the MVP for some reason. I think it should be either Myles Garrett, Jonathan Taylor Thomas, or Jahmyr Gibbs, honestly.
Yeah. Taylor, though, a couple of back-to-back bad games.
Yes.
Well, kind of hurts.
Yeah.
But just for the overall race. I mean, it's always kind of the end of year kind of reward. Basically.
Yeah. But what Myles Garrett's doing is insane. What JSN's doing is insane. He's already surpassed the single season yards and reception for the franchise. And it's what, week 12, week 13?
Yeah, week 12. Coming on 13.
And he's already surpassed. He has the most yards of any receiver in the history of Seattle for a single season, and we're not even done yet. Close.
That's no slouch of a team. To the Caleb Williams of it, he has not thrown an interception since we're talking about quarterbacks in 4 weeks. But this week got 21.6. Last week 10.3, then 25, then 38. So a little bit of a lull against Minnesota, but then coming up in the playoff run, he's got Philadelphia. He's at Philadelphia, at Green Bay, home for Cleveland, home for Green Bay, and then at San Francisco for the championship. So,
well, other than San Francisco, that's a murderer's row of defenses.
Yeah, it definitely is. But I mean, against Pittsburgh, who is a decent defense. I mean, they're scoring. I mean, you know that because I beat you with them this week. But yeah, no, it's rough. So that we're gonna see. I feel like this is the proving ground for him in his career. He's been in the league 2 years now, and so I like the dynasty prospect of it, but for the redraft, not so much. Anything else on the quarterbacks before we keep this train rolling?
No. Lamar is still not 100%. You can just tell watching.
Yep.
He's just not there. He's not in rhythm. You can tell he's not. He's been limited in practice. But if he plays, you're not going to not play him. To me, if you have Bo Nix, if you're like me and was if you were like me earlier in the season and just went ahead and stashed Matthew Stafford, you're happy about the move that you made.
Yeah.
If you watch our show, I was saying, hey, Matthew Stafford, I like the way it's going.
Yep.
Go ahead and stash him if you're questioning your quarterback. I mean, like, unless it was like Josh Allen, honestly, unless it was Josh Allen, I was probably stashing Stafford. Some people are stashing Darnold. Those are the two guys that I was stashing. And it's worked out so far. Darnold's kind of taken a little bit of a dip, but their team's winning. So it's not the worst, but he's not MVP level what Stafford's doing. I think Stafford's worst game was 9 points.
Yeah. And also RIP JJ McCarthy, number 9. But going to running backs, because we are at 16 minutes. Of course, we talked about Gibbs off the top, getting 55, and Wilson coming in 27. Genty getting 25, coming in with that late game score or that touchdown, I believe, in the fourth quarter. Really helped out and was kind of a surprise since I wrote him off. Now, Derrick Henry staying in the mix, getting 23. James Cook, 22. ETN, 21. Kareem Hunt in the top 10 with Jameson Winston. Like, what is this? Like 2015? What is going on here? Right. Kenneth Gainwell getting 18. Quinshon Judkins and Dylan Sampson, the 2 rookie running backs for Cleveland. Yeah, Samsonite was way off. 17 and 16 in the top 10. Again, like 16 points is getting you in the top 10. This week is rough for a lot of people.
Well, Samsonite did not make the top 10 because Christian McCaffrey is in it now.
Oh, sure.
But Samsonite, if you start him, you weren't way off because he did score at least some points.
He didn't go way off, but he did.
No, he did go way off. That's true. But Genty, it's not Genty. If you watched him during Dallas, they didn't even give him the ball. They didn't even throw they didn't even. They just threw the ball the whole time. They tried to throw the ball, and we'll get to the news and notes on why Genty. I'm kind of excited about what might happen as far as his usage going forward. So this is the Genty that we all saw at Boise State last year. This is the Genty that we all saw on tape. It's the Genty that we all saw lose to Travis Hunter because Travis Hunter also played defense. But Genty had a career year at Boise, and it wasn't just some fluky thing. Genty is that dude as far as just all-tool running back. So if you stuck with him, you're happy about it. And I'm kind of happy about what he's doing going forward. Kenneth Gainwell, that's your typical Arthur Smith. I'm going to make a guy that's not typically a stud type thing there. But
I like it.
Yeah.
Help me out in one of my other leagues for sure.
If it wasn't for Cook basically having that one breakout run, I mean, that kind of running back was like Cook had a great game. 90% of his production was off of one play, but sometimes that's all you need.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Genty had that like 4 times. I mean, not Genty, but Gibbs.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, some of the running backs really helped you out, but really the wide receivers, man. I mean, you talked about JSN. Getting 37. Wan'Dale Robinson, 31. St. Brown, 30. Pickens, 30. A.J. Brown, 25. Rashee Rice, 24. And that overtime comeback, thank God. DJ Moore actually being relevant again, getting 23. Devontae Adams, 23. Michael Wilson, Google him if you don't know who he is, getting 22. And Kamari, how are we deciding to say Dyke's name?
DK?
Yeah, just CD.
Yeah.
No, was it Jamari? I can't remember what the first one is.
I don't know what his first name is.
Yeah.
No offense to you, man, but
yeah, Shamir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shamir Dyke.
I like it though. I like Shamir, but I mean the wide receivers really pulling it out for people right now, and maybe the league is getting a little more pass heavy. We'll see if that lasts. With the weather kind of shifting around, we're getting a lot of rain this weekend, or this week. And then also, temperatures are shifting. So we'll see if they start running the ball a little bit more. And, hopefully the receivers, take better care of the ball. Looking at you, Judy and CeeDee Lamb. What are you doing? But for the wide receivers, what do you got, man? Who are you liking?
George Pickens.
Mm-hmm.
A lot.
Yeah.
I think he had 9 targets for 9 receptions.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that was his stat line.
Yep.
And guess who had more targets than George? I believe CeeDee Lamb did.
Mm-hmm.
CeeDee Lamb.
Not enough catches. What happened?
All right. So if you go back to watch and this is me just doing this out of frustration over CeeDee Lamb because I have CeeDee Lamb, and if he would have done what he's supposed to do, I might have beat the guy that I'm doing the show with. But CeeDee Lamb decided to drop the ball and then piss down his leg a couple times against Philadelphia. I said George Pickens would be great. George Pickens would be great this year as long as his head stays on straight. The athlete and the receiver himself is awesome. George just needs to stay out of George's way, and it would work for him. And man, he is bought in 1,000%. Even when things have gotten shaky, George has always came to play. CeeDee Lamb, yes, he had that injury against Chicago. Maybe he's not 100%, but he is what I was fearful of George doing. Of just he is mentally just not there yet right now. He's making good routes. He just can't catch the ball, and I don't get it. The good news is Dak Prescott is playing unbelievable. George is CeeDee's going to get his because George is getting his.
Yeah.
And this is what Jerry was hoping when he traded for George. And this is what the Steelers thought they were going to get when they traded for DK Metcalf and had George Pickens on the team. But the thing is apparently if all George Pickens runs is go routes, he's not as productive as if you actually put him in different positions that Dallas does. So shout out to Marty. Shout out to not Marty, but his son, Shanahan. I am all over the place with my names right now.
Schottenheimer.
There it is.
His name Brian, maybe?
Yeah, Brian. I was sitting there saying
because he's one of the Brians that probably isn't going to get fired this year.
No, Schottenheimer's keeping his job. He's already shown that. Like that team has gone through a lot, especially with Nealon. This Dallas team has gone through a lot, and the fact that they're right there with all this momentum is, and when they were down by 21 and still came back and won the game, that's all coaching. That is all coaching and no quit.
So I like it, man. And I like you guys' future as a whole team.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, this was like a couple years ago where Dak and CeeDee were starting to catch some fire towards the end of the season. And me and a couple of my buddies were like, we need to, who has CeeDee Lamb, who has Dak Prescott? Because if they make the playoffs, I'm a little worried. I would say the same thing right now. If you've handcuffed Dak Prescott and George Pickens, or even CeeDee Lamb, honestly, if you've handcuffed those two players, I'm excited for what's going to happen.
Yeah, I am so excited. In my ESPN league, I have them, and oh my god, it just looks so good. If I don't win that championship, I'm gonna be so pissed. But if I do win, I'm gonna burn that league to the ground. Because if we're not going to play on ESPN next year, we're going to move to Sleeper, which is the supreme fantasy app. And then also some people are going to get booted because half of the league just doesn't pay attention anymore. And it's like, then why do this, guys? Yeah. So if you're in the same situation, or if you're one of those people that you just, I don't know, lose interest. I mean, maybe life happens. Maybe you bit off more than you could chew. That's fine. But don't do that. Don't be a bad fantasy team. Not saying bad as in like you losing, but you just being a quitter. We talked about it last week. Watch last week's show. But to wrap this up, tight ends, baby. There we go. Graphics a little slow on my side. Hunter Henry coming at the top with 25 points. Trey McBride, 17. Loveland, hey, there we go. He's doing something there, getting 15. Strange getting 14. Parkinson getting 14. Bowers only 12. There's first minute. I keep forgetting about the second brow. Oh, excuse me. Helm, Google him if you don't know him. Getting 11. Ferguson coming in with 11 points. Yep. And Firemuth, I don't know, maybe not Luth, but not so tight. Getting 11 points. And Theo Johnson. We're going to talk about him in a little bit because he's probably unrostered in a lot of leagues, but tight end's a decent showing. I mean, 11 points from a tight end, what you really can't ask for much more, honestly.
No. Brissett has been a godsend for Trey McBride owners.
God bless.
Hopefully with the change that's happening with the Raiders, that Bowers and Genty will emerge better. I don't think so. I think that team is just a dumpster fire within a dumpster fire.
Might be scapegoating.
Maybe. Hunter Henry has been pretty decent all season. Like if people like by week 3, people are like, okay, Drake May's legit. Hunter Henry, pick him up, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Yeah. Week 3, he got 29 points. The week before, 1.9. But week 1, 10.6. Yeah.
But I mean, you still had Loveland. Welcome to the show.
The
Bears have finally, the Ben Johnson effect of tight ends is finally rounded into form, which is why I'm saying like the Bears are rounding into form for what Ben Johnson was wanting to do. I mean, 8-3 is nuts with the way they started the season. But McBride, I know he's just outside of the top 10, but Tyler Warren still getting 7 targets. If when you have that's all you're hunting for. You're not hunting for technically top 10 every week. Trey McBride, Brock Bowers, they're outliers because they're the number 1 receiver on their team. Tyler Warren is your typical getting great value for production. If Tucker Kraft, RIP, did not tear his ACL, we'd be talking about him every damn week, and that Packers offense would be moving a little bit better. But Fergie's been great all year, but you just gotta, if you see consistency like Juwan Johnson, if you see consistency in a tight end getting targets, you can't overthink it. But if you have Trey McBride, honestly, of all these guys, if you have Trey McBride right now, you're very, very pleased.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely am in one of my leagues. Also very pleased that I got George Kittle off the waiver wire. Pleased and also very pissed. That same ESPN league. It's like, that should have never happened. For one, you shouldn't have dropped Kittle. 2, he shouldn't have sat there that long. Because I had Tyler Warren, and I was like, well, I don't need Kittle. So we kind of look at it, and I'm like, he's still there? Like, I've got to grab him. That's stupid. Stupid sauce right there. But yeah, Kittle does get into the top 10. He had 6 receptions for 78 yards. The game is still going. It's got 2 minutes left, but it's 20-9 in favor of.
I'm sorry, that Kittle technically is the number 1 receiver for San Francisco. So my apologies. It's Bowers, McBride, and Kittle. They're the number 1 receiver. They're the number 1 receiver on their team that are in the tight end position.
Yeah, no, definitely. But actually, it's McCaffrey. McCaffrey's number 1 everything. If he could throw the ball, he would be number 1. But
he probably does their taxes. I swear to you,
he probably does. The guy is that good, and you know what? We're that good too, bud. Because guess what? We did it. We did the top 10. And look, I just sometimes you do so good, but you just need to be better. And I think we can get better. I think we can grow. I think we can improve. And I think we can basically just kind of update ourselves a little bit more, right? Got some knowledge. Hey.
Goose bumps.
I think you're going to hear Goose Bumps song. Yeah. That's what it sounds like. Had too much fun, but I did not change any of the backing. But yeah, this is the top 10. This is where we take a little bit of time and just look at the news, look at the waiver wire, or as far as the actual news wires. Also the injuries, which, bud, I hate that there are so many. important ones this week. But for news and updates, what do you have for us, man?
Chip Kelly.
Chip Kelly.
Chip Kelly is no longer the Raiders' offensive coordinator.
Oh, no. He's so good.
It just never seemed right. Even beginning of the season, I was like, that he's more of a fast pace. And Pete Carroll is a run first type person. Jawan Jennings is getting into it with someone right now.
Yeah.
That was nuts.
Right? Okay.
So in news and notes, Jawan Jennings just went off on, I guess, a linebacker.
Morig?
Oh.
Yeah. Yep. And then Barnes is kind of like, hey, man, back off.
Right. I don't know what was going on there. Anyway.
Yeah.
Looks like everyone, they've okay. Everyone's good. All right. And Shadur Sanders has been named the starter. Now, people are like, well, of course. No, Dylan Gabriel has cleared concussion protocol, but they're going to go with Shadur Sanders, who is the first Cleveland Browns starting quarterback in his first game as a starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns to win a game since the franchise came back in 1998. I forget exactly when it's been.
Yeah, and then the guy's name is probably like the widest 1920s name you can have that did it before. That's just a stat. The game itself had some flashes. I mean, he had flashes last week. A couple of good ones, but yeah, I mean, with this game, I think it's the play. Yeah, you got to get better. You got to grow. You got to mature. You got to get better as a quarterback. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is still having troubles with progressions. And he had definitely had that the first 3 quarters. But man, it's just you see that life kind of put into them, much like the Giants. You kind of see that little pop, and just ride it. Ride that juice, and we'll see what happens. I mean, there's really not much of a shot for them this year, as far as like a team, but maybe they found their quarterback after they drafted 5 after they drafted 5 people within that. It's still the Browns. I think they're still going to do Brown things, but I mean, for the news, what else you got, man? On Chip Kelly or Shador?
Real quick, hey Dominic, happy birthday!
Happy birthday, bud!
Birthday.
I'm going to get you the song, man. It's going to be a little bit, but I'm going to get you a song.
Yeah. The first starting quarterback since they brought the franchise back was Tim Couch. So I know that, but he didn't win. He didn't win his starting. He got beat the shit out of and retired early because Cleveland still was Cleveland, even when they brought the franchise back. But speaking about getting beat the crap out of, Baker Mayfield got the crap beat out of him the past 2 weeks. His shoulder again. But the good news is the MRI came back negative on major ligament damage to his shoulder, so he could potentially come back. I would suggest not doing that because he had shoulder issues in Cleveland and said, no, I'm good, because that's just how the warrior Baker is he'll play through that stuff. But the problem is he really wasn't that great when he had that shoulder injury. Now, it's not his throwing shoulder, but it's still an issue. And you can tell he's just been off for the past few weeks, and he's been taking a beating. And those hits pile up. So I know they're trying to make a postseason push, but I don't know. It's a tough thing to do there. T. Higgins is out for Thanksgiving for concussion. If you saw the play, you knew he wasn't going to play. Jaden Daniels is unlikely to play despite coming back to practice, but Joe Burrow could play. And the spitter himself, Jamar Chase, will be back as well after his 1-game suspension. He did come out and apologize for it after he lost like 4 appeals saying that he didn't do it. Or maybe they just appealed it saying that the suspension was too much. We're like, whatever.
Man, I wish I would have got the audio clip, but I spit out fire.
Right.
He's one of the 5 greatest rappers of all time.
Gotcha.
Dylon.
Yeah.
I spit hot fire.
I spit hot fire. We're showing our age, but yet if you haven't seen it, kids, go watch all of the Chappelle Show.
Yep. And speaking of age,
one time for the birthday, bitch. Two times for the birthday, bitch. Three times for the birthday, bitch. Fuck it up if it's your birthday.
All right, there we go. Happy birthday, man.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Josh, why do you roll your eyes and take a drink? Fucking dance, man. Live a little bit. Come on. Who else is not going to be living though next week?
JJ McCarthy, not just because he threw 12 picks, but also he's in concussion protocol.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I am not giving up on the JJ McCarthy experience.
Yeah,
but it ain't looking good. Go back and watch how Josh Allen was beginning of his career, and tell me you're going to quit. Now, granted, JJ McCarthy is not nearly the athlete that Josh Allen is, not nearly the arm strength that Josh Allen has. But I'm just saying, it wasn't the prettiest thing.
Yeah.
If people were saying Josh Allen's not meant for this league, yeah, he can throw the ball a mile, but he can't do anything. And
well, he's throwing so many interceptions,
right.
The turnovers. I think he was fumbling too, maybe. But yeah. And then Peyton Manning, his rookie year, garbage. And even though it's technically JJ's sophomore year, he never played last year.
No. And I understand JJ is not Josh Allen. I'm just trying to give him a little bit more time.
But could he be Daniel Jones?
He could.
I mean, you know, it's like Daniel Jones was somebody last year. We were like, yeah, this guy's not going to do shit. And then you get him to the right team, and he's actually doing shit.
The problem with Daniel Jones is the organization. It wasn't Daniel Jones, the quarterback. Whereas you're telling me that O'Connell isn't producing when he made something out of Sam Darnold.
Maybe the quarterback whispers out of whispers.
I don't know, but I just it's tough. It's tough. Like I can see the Daniel Jones situation just because of the organization that he came from.
Right.
But Kevin O'Connell has too good of a track record to say that it's the organization's fault.
Right. But also maybe Daniel Jones himself needed to mature. Right.
I mean, yes, he does.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying it could be a little bit of a late bloomer situation. All right. Maybe he's not that short. Okay, guys. Maybe he just didn't eat as much vegetables as a kid, but he's going to grow a little bit more whenever he's 19. Yeah. All right.
And if anyone can let me know what's going on with Bucky Irving, I would love to know because I still don't know. Yeah. I do not know what's going on with that. But with the way the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are just performing right now, even if Bucky comes back, obviously I'm going to start him. But I'm like, oh god, because like Emeka Ibuka. It's not a Mecca.
Big boo.
Yeah. On that, but
awesome. Yeah, don't be a B. Don't quit your fantasy team.
Right.
Yeah, Tucker, pour out some Kraft mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Dominic, what's up, man? Welcome to the chat. Yeah, good to see you, bud. Welcome to the Ruckus. And I know this answer. Oh yeah, never mind. Yeah, you already mentioned that one. But Jake, it was Eric Zaire in 1995, but that was before the move. Yeah. So many good news as I'm one game. So my good news is I'm one game out of playoffs in fantasy. Bad news. Speaking of the Browns, I traded Judkins for Baker. Yeah. I mean, hopefully they can, kind of juice up his arm a little bit and he could be good and right as rain in a couple of weeks. But I mean, is anybody else coming back from injury, for the Buccaneers? And I don't know, man. It's not looking great, but we still got quite a bit of ball. To play. All right. So Ryan Moss says, so now I have Burrow and Hurts. Who to start? Debate soon.
Okay. I like Hurts. Hurts gets in the end zone by the tush push. Burrow, you need Burrow to do like 3 for 303, and all Hurts has to do is just fart, and he's in the end zone these days. So as far as rushing wise, and I mean, it's 8 to 12. That's what you're thinking. If If Burrow throws 2 touchdowns, you've got 8 points. Jalen Hurts is probably going to rush for 2 touchdowns. You got 12. I sit there and look at Jalen Hurts in one of my leagues every week and be like, I want to quit you, but I can't.
I can't quit you.
I can't quit Jalen Hurts as a fantasy running back. I mean, did I say that wrong? Oh, sorry, a fantasy quarterback.
I think what you meant to say
Bad
was
for a running back.
Yeah, but
also he has 17 passing touchdowns on the year.
Yeah, I mean,
and only 1 interception.
Yeah, no,
and
because he never throws the ball.
And he's on one of the top teams in the NFC.
Mm-hmm. No,
who are viable contenders. And
did not.
He's playing. He's fucking playing.
Right.
We don't know what Burrow's going to come back. I mean, we've seen Lamar Jackson. Sorry, not bad for a running back. He came back, had a good game, and kind of fed. It's like it's not exactly the same guy. And I feel like I put as much faith in Burrow as I do with Lamar Jackson right now. And if it's Jalen Hurts an option, hands down Hurts.
Yep.
They're going to be competitive. They're fighting for that number 1 seed. They're fighting for the bye week. They will play into even week 18 against Washington if they have to. And for their schedule, Chicago, the Chargers, Las Vegas, week 15. Hello. Can you say first round win in the playoffs? And then at Washington, at Buffalo, and then Washington again. Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't trying to steamroll you personally. I just in the chats like, come on, that ain't no debate.
It hurts.
Yeah, and this ain't Lincoln Douglas. I'm not taking the latter just because you chose one side. I don't have to play the devil's advocate in that.
Right.
We both say Hurts, and for great reasons. Goat milk made my day. Okay. What is he talking about?
I don't know.
I must have missed something. Goat milk. But hey, glad it made your day, man. Fighting solves everything. What's up? Like the name. Also sounds like a good punk emo band.
Mm-hmm.
But who's the best keeper? Tyler McLaurin, Cortland Sutton, or it's Franklin?
I mean, best keeper? Ooh. Probably Cortland Sutton.
Right.
Just because of I don't know. It's not Franklin.
Man.
It's not the turtle.
Right. If it was Dynasty, Franklin might be a good idea, a thought, but
well, I mean, if it's Dynasty, I'm probably trading Cortland for. You're going to get more value out of Cortland than you are the other 3. So that should tell you what.
Yeah. I mean, McLaurin, he came back from injury and then he's injured again. So
when McLaurin's healthy, he's better than all 3 of them. He's the top one.
Win.
But
and,
win.
And is he going to be able to stay healthy? I just feel like this year really showed that Scary Terry. It's just a little bit hairy with him. It's just he's on and off, and a good spot start, but oh man, Sutton. I don't know. Maybe Bo Nix can put it together and be consistent.
Yeah, it's
throughout
not Sutton,
4 quarters, but
it's not Sutton.
Yeah.
Except for that one game when he had like four targets in the end zone and couldn't catch it.
Yeah. But yeah, JJ, he sucks. He's not Giles Shaw. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. I was just trying to make a case on why you should sometimes you just got to let see what happens.
Yep. Oh yeah, no, definitely. And I can only keep one. Yeah, in that question. Yeah, that's tough, man. Also, if it's a keeper league, is that the maybe it's the round based one, right?
You have to tell me what your keeper league rules are. Like if you can keep them as like your last pick, I still would lean towards Cortland Sutton. But because it's keeper league, guess what? You get the whole offseason to figure out to help you make your decision.
Yep. Yeah, that's pretty valid. Josh needed to learn to throw short. He could always run a throw bomb. Yeah, and he always gunslung it, which turned into a lot of those interceptions. So he's definitely far more smarter quarterback 4 years later. Ryan Moss, not sure I feel comfortable starting most players on the Vikings right now. Definitely not Addison. Not it. Not going to play him next week. He's terrible.
TJ Hawkinson, gun to my head. probably just because in the tight end position.
Even after how he played, I don't know if it's this
I don't
week,
like I said, like I'm
before.
I'm grasping for straws here because I'm agreeing with him.
Yeah. It is rough in the Viking streets. Running back situation.
It's Aaron Jones. Mason's been terrible. Jones maybe, but Jordan Mason's been terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Jake. JJ isn't on the Jets, right? Okay. If he sucks under McConnell as coach and that offense, he just sucks.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying.
But also the Giants, right? I think that's what he was kind of learning too, as far as the Daniel Jones. Yeah. And again, folks, we're just kind of using examples loosely. Jefferson, how much longer will he be a Viking still? Yeah.
I doubt they blow up the team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see them giving up on JJ. But they could.
Which JJ? Which JJ would they give up on?
They would give up on JJ McCarthy more. They would give up on Justin Jefferson because Justin Jefferson doesn't grow on trees.
Yeah, no,
you can get a JJ McCarthy from the draft. You don't just hope you get it. Like that's why I was so pissed about the Micah trade. Micah Parsons you just don't draft him every year. That player doesn't exist. Justin Jefferson's skill set doesn't exist in every draft.
Right, but what if that JJ could trade into 2 George Pickens? Would you take that?
I can see them trading him. It's just.
Yeah, I think it was Jimmy Johnson who said it. Maybe somebody else, but basically the wide receiver is the last spot you fill when you're building a team. Mm-hmm. It's not the first, because just for the situation, you have a rock star and you don't got anybody that can get him the ball. And you start with the line, quarterbacks, then you go. But the wide receiver is the last one. And maybe there's a team that really needs a wide receiver that has Super Bowl contention. I don't know. Not sure who.
Tyreek Hill went to the Dolphins. Chiefs still kept it going.
Yep.
I would still say pound for pound, Justin Jefferson's a better receiver than Tyreek Hill. Mm-hmm. But it's just tough for them because when I look at that roster, that's all they have. So,
right. Yeah, they might have to rebuild. But my team is hurt. I was also expecting Bucky back when I made that move. Yeah, man, that's a rough shake. Yeah. I feel you there. Ryan, congrats on the dub, dude.
I feel like Giff is saying this every week.
Stop it, Giff. You're helping him out, dude. Okay. How about you congratulate me on wins, huh? Huh, bud? You ever think about that? It's rough in these streets. And Ryan's the evil empire now to me. He is definitely one of the ones to beat in the league. And if you want to join the league, you got to wait till next year. But you can join the Discord below. It's free to join. And man, don't be offended by anything Giff or Chris Davison's. But we got a whole channel just for him for his inappropriateness. But yeah, last time I won was Hurts at quarterback. The tush push points are real. They really are. And he's going to get you a little bit of passing too. That's why AJ Brown was in the top 10 this week. Clicked on the wrong one. I feel like Philly needs to sit down and open up the offense because they're dicking around too much. Hurts should get better when Eagles wake up. Maybe they're just not needing to really try that hard right now. They should have tried harder against you guys. But their special teams didn't help by fumbling the ball and giving you, was that back-to-back touchdowns?
Why would you? No, they ended up stopping us at the 1 because we went 4-4.
Oh, that is right. You had like 5 minutes. Yeah.
And why would you catch the ball in the 1? Let it go in the end zone, dude.
Yeah, definitely some bonehead plays. And I don't know, maybe there's still just a little bit of a locker room issue overall. AJ Brown definitely not helping that situation. But yeah, same to you, Chris. Guys, get a room, and just not our chat room. All right. My W was against half a team in Gibbs. So yeah, I can only imagine who the half team probably was. Man, definitely not going to be here next year. So we'll have a spot open in the league. And last one of them, we're going to keep moving on. Well, Like Wilson for the Jets, I think those guys would give up everything else before the top wide receiver. You need something in place for the next QB. Yeah, it's not a bad thought, man. Josh, anything else before we kind of start moving on, bud?
No, that's good. That's all I got.
Yeah, I like it. I also don't like the order. Alphabetically, numerically, and they change, they flip around. Sorry, guys, I apologize. I guess I'm just getting too wild.
Wild card, bitches!
This is the segment where we get to do whatever the hell we want. And what we want to do is we want to give you at home some valuable advice, not just for this week, not just even for this season, but your whole fantasy career, and really kind of just how you can kind of shift some of your perspective. And this week, we're going to be shifting basically from the regular season and just trying to win that week to the playoffs. Right, bud?
Mm-hmm.
What do you got for the fine folks at home?
So really, I'm going to make this segment more about you and your roster and how to manage this playoff push.
Bro.
Because full disclosure about the playoff push.
Mm-hmm.
If you're out, don't collude. Don't be a douchebag. Make a starting roster.
Yep.
Okay. So that way teams that are trying to get in the playoffs don't have an easy win. Make it worth it the whole way.
Miami therapy session, by the way.
I want you to be the Miami Marlins to their New York Mets. I want you to screw them out of the postseason. Okay. At least do that. So that's number one. Also, like I was alluding to for a second there, collusion.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go to the worst teams, and then if you can't and like make a last second trade that makes no sense, or you tell somebody, okay, drop like Ashton Genty for for like Samson, and then and then the person that's making a playoff push picks up Ashton Genty. Like, okay, we can put 2 and 2 together. Like, if your league is smart enough, they can understand what's going on. So don't do that. Don't put no-nos out there, or the big unwritten rules of fantasy football, because that takes all the fun out of it, and it dampens the league for that. But the other part,
I feel like you're going to tell me I did something wrong.
No.
Okay.
But yes,
I do feel like this is going to be a therapy session for my team, and I need it.
It's not.
If you're using our league, I kind of need it a little bit.
No, I'm using the other league where your ESPN league where you're stacked.
That one. Oh,
yes. So
please do tell.
Making a playoff push, you have a couple things to do. You want to always improve your roster, and I understand that. But sometimes you gotta be okay with what you got, because it's gotten you this far. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But you're going to kick yourself more of trying to overthink than you are just letting it ride. I've got a team that has Amon-Ra and JSN and Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
And I've started Tony Pollard the whole damn season. And I'm like 10-3.
Nice.
Because
that's such a good flex. I started Tony Pollard all season.
Just throwing it out there.
I love it.
So that is where I'm sitting there. I'm like, you know what? Sometimes don't overthink it. Pick up what you can. Like I got Manon guy and stuff. So just to pad it. And obviously I have Teflon Don himself, Devon Achane, but I've literally started Tony Pollard every single week. And it still works out because I've been able to go with the guys that got me there. In your situation, this is where people are like, oh, should I trade? Like the trade deadline's coming up. In your situation, we've talked about your roster before. What are the thought process going into this playoff push? Because you have a solid ass roster.
Yeah. And I was going to try to make a graphic, and Adobe is not opening up my apps right now for some reason. But but yeah, I will get one. It'll kind of remove. But yeah. Sorry to finish your thought.
No, it's kind of a question to you. It's like, with my roster that I'm having a really good chance to make the playoffs is I'm not trying to overthink things. Just roll with the guys I got. And if I lose, I lose, whatever. Obviously, JSN and Almond Raw, yeah, you're going to roll with those guys. If you lose, you lose.
Yeah,
but sometimes it's like, regardless of matchup.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is in your situation, you have top to bottom, like a good, like I started Tony Pollard. I have no choice.
My bench is better than some of the teams.
Right. That is what I'm saying. It's like in your situation, this is that playoff push where you have to just go with your guys.
Yep. And what he's talking about, ladies and gentlemen, is this roster some homeless team or shit without the I. Got Daniel Jones, Jonathan Taylor, Trayvon Henderson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, George Pickens, George Kittle, like I said, got off the waiver wire. Ted McMillan, Seahawks defense. Kickers, those are the floaters, really. Holding on to them, I picked up the Cowboys defense last week. Oh, I love that move. Chase Brown, I couldn't play. Oh, man. Got me 15 points. Ladd McConkey was on the bye. Tyler Warren sat him for Kittle and actually turned out to be a good move. Dak Prescott went off, getting 30. Quinshon Judkins, you told me to play him. You were right. So were the fantasy footballers. I just didn't think that Taylor and Henderson were only going to, for a combined, have like 12 points or whatever they had. And again, you're seeing the numbers. Those are the projections. And then DeAndre Swift, which is, gosh, he's been so good. Like, not like horribly consistent, and not like, game, weekend winning, but from week 1, 9.5, 13.9, 10, 16, 25, 20, 15, 14, and a little bit of a drop lately, 9 and 1. But I'm still going to hold on to him because, they got Philly, they got Green Bay, they got Cleveland, they got Green Bay, they got San Francisco. But you never know who is going to get injured. You never know what those defenses are going to look like. Green Bay was, the Super Bowl favorite, apparently, right off the gate. And the defense isn't as great. Am I wrong in saying that?
Scoring-wise, as far as fantasy scoring-wise, their defense is still pretty solid as far as the NFL is concerned. But as far as...
I don't know. There's some teams that really scored a lot against them.
Dallas did. But...
Yeah, and fantasy scoring at that, too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, fantasy-wise, they're not the greatest.
Yeah.
Because they just don't get turnovers. They don't really sack a lot.
Well, I'm not saying the defense scoring. I'm talking about people scoring on that defense for fantasy.
So
that's where it's like Swift. I'm like, I'll still play him against Green Bay if I need to, but I don't, man. But my thought process, just kind of looking at that, I am taking a victory lap to a degree. But anything can happen and will happen in this game. Like Jonathan Taylor and Henderson having bad matchups. Taylor against Kansas City, I honestly, I was having the conversation with somebody else, buddy out of town. They were staying in one of the cabins Saturday night, and we talked about some other things, like family catch up. As soon as we talked about fantasy, both me and him were like, oh, fantasy. We lit up, right? Because we live for this, and I akined Taylor to Kansas City before the game. The feeling was kind of like Derrick Henry against Kansas City last year. Great player and good matchup, but it's just Kansas City was scheme against it at the expense of the passing game happening, and that's what you saw. You saw people that you had to Google their name to find out, and that's the third time I use that reference. I'll stop. And it's just that's what happened. Taylor really didn't get anything done, but neither did Henderson that much. But for the thought process, it's just looking at that and kind of playing the numbers and honestly listening to your friends, here at the Fantasy Fuck Round, also on other shows, and just any, kind of fantasy minded friends you have, because if I lost by 8 points, that would have been the difference of playing Quinshon Judkins or Jonathan Taylor, and Quinshon going against the Raiders where you knew he was going to get points. I just was thinking maybe Taylor would be able to break, which he broke out for one good run, but I thought he was going to break out for a run and a touchdown. It's just kind of really playing that, seeing what the matchups are, weather kind of pending as well, because now we're kind of getting into the colder seasons. So when you're talking about at like Buffalo, things of that nature. When the ball is a little bit harder, what is that going to look like? Is that going to favor the running back, or the passing is just going to be, kind of at fault or to suffer for it. But I've also been trying to shop. The trades aren't done yet for us. There's still some trades.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got some good collateral. I've got some really good equity. But also got some teams that don't have the best playoff schedule. So if I could get one done before, great. If not, I'm fine.
The problem is I don't think you can replace the value in what you have, unless you really get a good top tier player. Like
I'm thinking like DeAndre Swift.
Oh yeah, you can trade DeAndre Swift because I think honestly of that roster, DeAndre Swift is the one that I have the most question marks about because Monangai is actually running the ball better.
Yeah,
and they're getting
the last 2 weeks he showed up, and it really shows in the numbers.
Yeah. He's getting the goal line too.
Yeah, but even honestly, even like kind of Judkins, and they look at the schedules.
I'm not worried about Judkins at all.
Oh no, not worried, but just value I have that maybe I could shore up some of the areas that have like a little bit of a better playoff. Because I really think I'm going to at least win the first round. Going to be the playoffs, win the first round. Then the second, third is the kind of the big one. And I'm looking at building for 16 and 17. And for Judkins, he plays 16 and 17. He plays Buffalo and Pittsburgh, who's been suspect. Before that, Chicago, week 14, Tennessee. Come on, man. That week 14 one's going to be fun for him. But next week they play San Francisco at home. But yeah, anyways, what else you got? I mean, kind of looking at that roster. And sorry guys, I know not everybody's in this situation, but this is one situation we're talking about.
Yeah. Like I said, like Travion Henderson, you're gonna probably play him. The problem isn't Travion Henderson; it's that damn coaching staff and Ramondre Stevenson.
Why? I wish they lost.
Travion Henderson is
maybe we can do something.
Unless you have a choice. That's the problem. Is you have a choice because you have unless you just start Travion, JTT, and Judkins, you have a choice. If you have to choose between those three, you're going to be pulling your hair out because you're going to start Judkins because I think he's going to get the most carries. He's going to get more production, and you're going to play Jonathan Taylor. Like if you bench Jonathan Taylor at all this season, we're going to end the show. Okay, number one. Yeah. But Travion, it's not him, but Judkins is going to get more production, even though he's on a shittier team. And
could get some garbage time stuff too.
Yeah, but Judkins is just they were both college teammates last year. I wonder why Ohio State won it. But they're just you're having a situation where you're going to have a choice, and that choice could bite you in the ass. That's why I kind of brought up your roster, is because of the Judkins Henderson scenario. And at the end of the day, I'm rolling with Judkins just because of the coaching staff. And this is where the overthinking comes out. Is I'm like, well, if Mondre and then Travion could break one and Judkins could not do crap. But they are scheming things for Judkins because he's pretty much the only offense they have. Whereas Travion Henderson is getting benched for a guy because he's been in the league longer.
Yeah. Well, and I wouldn't say that he's the only offense they have. I mean, they showed quite a bit of progress this last week with Shador at helm. I mean, granted, the team that they were playing, but to me, that does kind of murky waters a little bit of what is it going to look like?
It's a bad sample size. It's that Raiders team is a bad sample size.
But honestly, it comes at such a terrible time because people at home, are acting on those thoughts of, I'm going to pick up Shador and play him. And it's like, yeah, you could. He
had a really great deep ball, and his first touchdown was a screen pass that went for 60. So
yeah,
I'm interested to see what he does. He's looked of all the quarterbacks other than Joe Flacco. He's looked the best starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, like for what I've seen. But he's also been really good at throwing the ball to the other team. But that's all I got for the wild card. But yeah, basically it comes down to, that's why I brought up your roster, is you can't overthink it, but you still have some decisions to make. But as long as you stick with these core guys, which is you're going to stick with George Kittle, you're going to stick with George Pickens and Amon-Ra.
Yep.
Tyler Warren. Well, Tyler Warren, you're going to start George Kittle. Sorry, you're going to you have the Georges. You have all the Georges.
Yeah.
But you're gonna start those guys. You're gonna start George Kittle over Tyler Warren. As much as if you've watched the show, you know how much I like Tyler Warren. He's not George Kittle in that tight end position. And Tedero McMillan, he's really good. He's pretty good. He's pretty good.
Not too shabby.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. It is fire. But also at the same time, I would gladly give some of these people up if the league was competitive.
Yeah.
Because it's going to feel like an empty win for the most part. It's like winning against somebody who doesn't play half the team. All right. It's kind of tough there. But yeah, JT next week against Texans might be rough. Man, that Texans defense, they looked really good and got them the win on Thursday night against Buffalo.
I think the Texans defense is now, as far as NFL, is like the number one overall defense in the league.
Man, I mean, stat-wise, the last couple of games could really pad it.
But they sacked Josh Allen 8 times.
Oh, I know what they've done, but I'm just saying that's where it kind of pads it for the rest of the year.
I know.
Just like Tucker having that one great game, and then he's still in the top 20 or whatever because of it.
Yeah.
But God, they're good. They are such a force to reckon with. There was a lot of good defense plays. There was a lot of good special teams across the league on both of those. But yeah, well, working our way back up. So sad. Stevens is back messing with Henderson. Man, really? It's like fumble 5 more times and then get the guy out of here. And I hate to say that because that's my boy, man. He's from Oklahoma. I don't give 2 shits about playoff schedule. Ooh, okay. I just need some of my guys to get back from injury to make the playoffs. Then worry about that. Why I moved Judkins. Yeah. This is the kind of the counter I really want to focus on too, a little bit, but because I don't want it to just be on one scenario. I would kind of like to see it for multiple. And for this one, you're fighting for your life, skin and teeth. You're still attacking the waiver just so you can get somebody playable because the bye-pocalypse is hitting you, right? We still got 3 more this next week on bye. We'll get to that here in the wild card or after the wild card. 4, sorry. Broncos, Chargers, Dolphins, Commanders was this week. Next week is 4. Panthers, Patriots, Giants, 49ers. That's rough. We'll segue into that waivers here in a little bit. But man, what do you think? Kind of just staying with the wild card theme, right? Maybe you have that playoff focus because you're going to get there. What's the playoff focus for somebody that is fighting at 500 or trying to get in?
Making a trade that you don't want to do. So like a 2 for like a 1 for 2, just to get. Hopefully you get. But the thing is, the one that it's tough because the people that you're probably trading with are either are going to do a bad thing and trade you really good for really bad. Which if your league is attentive enough, they'll be like, no, we're not allowing you to do that.
Got against it, guys, in the chat.
Or 2, you're going to have to give up a lot for hoping for just enough. It's a tough scenario to be in of trying to make that last little. And I am just waiver wiring the shit out of my team for this one where I'm trying to make a late playoff push. Whereas it's in a league with divisions. But not just the top 6 get in. And so the wild card,
big one. This is the main one. Man.
The main one, to where we have the wild card spot. We switched the rules. It used to be like because the 3 league division winners get in, and then the wild card used to be like just the best overall record that didn't win their division. Then we switched the rule last year and saying, no, the team that scored the most points that didn't win their division get in. So we are literally number crunching the shit out of our team. And we thankfully were able to pick up Michael Wilson. And
that's a darling right there.
Yeah. So we were able to like just put in for let's make a late push because we've had a solid scoring team. We've been gift this year. We're just for some reason just it just hadn't the planets hadn't aligned, and every time
scoring but just losing to the person that had the most
to the team that had the most points. So it's like at the end of the day we're still like me and my fantasy partner are like right there, and we're still making the right moves, but it's mainly and this league doesn't trade. So you're asking me about trading. It's tough because either you're gonna have to give up more, and it's typically when you make that late season trade, it doesn't really work. I've seen it to where it just doesn't work out. Whereas you've really got to find you got to start the shit out of your roster.
Yeah. He says, I like my team for the most part. Just injuries killing me. I thought Bucky was back this week. I'm number 3 in points for the league. Yep. That's the gift.
That's the gift.
Use your trademark. We got to think of I don't know if it's just gift. But yeah, I feel like there's something else, like 2-word. But yeah, definitely we'll let you know. Get that trademark. I'll do the branding and the logo for it. For sure. We'll get it going.
That's the gift that keeps on giving year round.
The gift that keeps on giving. Or gifting, sorry.
Yeah.
But I like that, man, because I'm that way in one of the leagues I just picked up this season. It's a free league, but it's competitive. And when it's competitive, I don't care how much, I don't care if it's free or paid. I'm so invested in it. And that's just that competitive nature. And I looked at the weeks. 5 weeks I lost to the number 1 point total, and 3 additional weeks to someone who, the opposite. 3 was the number 1, 5 was someone in the top 3.
Yeah.
And it was just like, what do? I have the most points against me. My points 4, I wish was better, but it's like middle of the pack. It's not great, but it's not terrible. It's just getting scored the shit on, and that's the matchup. And looking at the team itself, there's quite a bit of little holes for sure. It's a leaky boat because I have Lockett, who got me 10.2 points this week.
We started him in Dynasty and it actually worked out.
Yep. You know what I mean? And it's like his father, shout out to Jonathan Lockett, I believe, because we had the same name. John Lockett. Tyler Lockett's grandfather. He did a little bit, but it's like, I don't like it, man. It's that nasty boy. It's the iron pants, that fantasy footballers always talk about. It's rough. I mean, Keyshawn Booty is another one that's still on the roster. And it's like, yeah, I don't like that, but they're winning and there's a little bit of hope for the offense. So, I mean, we're clawing for this one. And luckily I won this week, but that's only going to get me to 5-7. But I'm like 1 outside the playoffs.
Right.
Just give me in the playoffs. Give me a hope. Right. Give me a little bit of something. But that is the league. We got that 11-year-old kid that just does nothing but this all day. And
the Oracle.
The Oracle, dude. Shout out, dude. You're killing it, but you're killing me, man. I mean, you got anything else?
No.
Wild card or playoff situation?
That's pretty much it. Just good luck. Don't overthink it. Be a douche.
And you could be a lot cooler if you just say hi. That's right. Sometimes you say goodbye, we say hello. This is the waiver wire, ladies and gentlemen. And this is where we kind of take a look into what is available across most leagues, especially specifically in our leagues as well. And Josh, waiver wires. Because you did more prep than I did today, for sure. What do you got, man? I know there's a couple. Yeah,
it's not a lot, but there is a couple. Parker Washington is probably on your waiver wire because people picked him up and then he sucked and then they dropped him and then he went off again. He went 17-17-4 and then like 18 again. So Parker Washington is showing consistency in that Jaguars offense. Well, as far as running backs, there's really not any running backs left out there. If you really want to do a Hail Mary, you can pick up Devin Neal for New Orleans, but don't really see that going anywhere. But I still just want to throw someone out there. I know we talked about Samsonite. They played the Raiders. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, you can pick up Dylan Sampson if you want to. Again, Xavier, was it Xavier? Zonovan Knight. Sorry.
Bam Knight.
Still don't give a shit about him either. Like, I've been rolling with Tony Pollard. Okay.
Yeah. But you have Tony Pollard.
But I have.
I mean, some of these people don't even have Tony Pollard, man.
Right.
And I'm one of those people. And in this,
of those three, I would take a shot at either. I would take a shot at Devin Neal. I would. On that QB wise, Jameis Winston, if he's playing, start him. Kirk Cousins going forward, you can pick him up if you want to.
Yeah. You can also leave your friends behind.
Yeah. If you're looking, Cam Ward goes Jacksonville, Cleveland, San Francisco, Kansas City, New Orleans, Jacksonville. I don't see it.
Yeah.
With picking him up. But you could. But I mean, they did that against Seattle, but also I think Seattle just dicked around. But
was Amon-Ra JSN? Was he even wearing pads? Did you see how like skinny and exposed? He just looked like a normal dude out there. It wasn't like much padding, anything at all. Like the helmet even looked smaller for some reason.
No. I mean, Davis Mills is always available. It hurts me to even think about picking him up. But I no. Tight ends. I'm not.
Well, also, man, this isn't the ideal waiver situation.
No, there's really nothing.
Yeah, well, so that's where it's like, you're not excited about some people, but some people just have to play them. So, I feel like we need to try to find some of those crumbs. You talked about Devin Neal. He plays for the Saints, and the Saints' schedule towards the end is favorable. It just sucks. It's the fucking Saints, man.
The Devin Neal's been hurt all season too.
Yeah. He came back, week 7. But they go to Miami, then they play Tampa Bay, then Carolina, New York Jets, and then championship week is Tennessee. So yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, the next week, I believe he's projected for 11 points. But we'll see kind of what that looks like. Brashard Smith, I wish he was better. I wish.
That's the thing. As I looked at him and I'm like, I like Brashard Smith in the future.
Yeah.
Just not. But the way they're utilizing
I want to like him in the present, but it just can't.
When I saw Clyde Edwards-Helaire getting carries, I was like, Brashard Smith is just – at the beginning of the season, he was like – by like week 5, 6, I was like, okay, Brashard Smith, I like the way they're utilizing him. By this time of the season, that's all you're going to get. Like, they're not switching. It's Kareem Hunt mainly. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire goes in there and just runs into his lineman and falls down, but they're still giving him the ball to do that anyway. And Brashard Smith actually makes plays, but he's the scat back. He's the third down back. He's not – Kareem Hunt's basically taking all the carries. And Pacheco, when he decides to play again.
Carries and passes. Yeah. So a lot of his has been
I like Brashard Smith as a player, not as a fantasy ad. Not now.
Yep. So looking at the league I hate, ESPN, these are the running backs on this waiver wire. Hopefully your league is better and you don't have these players on there, but you never know. We don't know what kind of league you're in. RJ Harvey, Woody Marks, Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, Jordan Mason.
Braski's a son of a bitch.
He's a son of a bitch. And Kyle Monangai. That is the top 5 of the waiver running backs right there. Which of those 5 are you trusting more, I guess, for kind of the playoff run?
Who was the first one before Woody Marks?
RJ.
RJ Harvey? Probably RJ Harvey because
Yep.
J.K. Dobbins is probably done for the year. So
Yep.
unless RJ Harvey is terrible, it's RJ Harvey. Then Woody Marks. Then honestly, Monongai. I am liking how they're utilizing him the past few weeks.
Yep.
He scored. Now, granted, it's been because he got a touchdown these past few weeks that have saved his
3 weeks straight.
Right.
Touchdown.
Now. But these are the type of like waiver guys. Like you're picking them up for the fact that they're getting the goal line stuff. That's all you need them for. Tony Pollard. Like that's all I need Tony Pollard for. Just give me 1 touchdown, dude. Just give me 10 points. Just give me 9. That's all I need you for. These are what you're hunting. You're hunting those 10-point, give me a touchdown guys. RJ Harvey is going to have the most utilization. And Woody Marks is right there with him as far as utilization. Then
and all these
little bit fall, but those 2 guys are definitely top tier.
Yeah, and all these players, they kind of really have underperformed the last 3 weeks. You know, like I said, Monongai had a touchdown, so he's really been the best out of that 5 in the last 3 weeks. Looking at the next 2 coming up next week. For the Broncos, they have Washington and the Raiders.
Yeah, that's going to be fun if you're RJ Harvey.
Yep. And then Woody Marks has Indianapolis and Kansas City. A pissed off Indianapolis for losing that game. And then Bill Krosky, our boy, he actually has Denver, and then he's at Miami or Minnesota. Sorry,
Krosky is.
He's a son of a bitch.
He's a son of a bitch, but he ain't it this year.
Yeah.
That offense is putrid.
Yeah, I mean, for Krosky, he has not had a game over 10 points since his 27-point game against the Chargers.
Yeah, it's Harvey, Marks, and Monongai. As far as who was the other guy that you told me?
Jordan Mason. All right, Vikings. And
so anyway, like I was saying before, those 3 guys that I was saying, I have Jordan Mason on one of my teams because I'm like, but there's no one else to pick up because I don't want to drop. I don't want to give up the value of Jordan Mason for.
Yeah, like how do you just have him sit on the waiver, right? But for Mason, he does go to Seattle next week and then home for Washington. So for those players, they may be on those waiver wires for you guys. So that's why I really like having the shitty league I can look at. So because people might be in them. People might be in those leagues. And honestly,
this is the greatest thing. How the fuck is RJ Harvey?
I know, right? Honestly, that's where I'm like, Swift or Harvey? might be picking up Harvey for. Like I don't need better people on my team, but I honestly want to leave him there so somebody else gets him, but it's not going to happen. Running back is hurting on hard waivers. Definitely is, man.
Yeah, that's why we always say that's why running backs are such a crazy value in fantasy because you can spot start a receiver and it can sometimes work. You really can't spot start a running back. Like they either get the carries or they don't. And it's tough to find good value. So that's why we don't draft quarterbacks in the first round.
Yeah. And Ryan, thank you so much, man. I actually didn't even pay attention to that, but 8 hours ago, Dameon Pierce is now officially connected and former Houston Texans running back. He is now with the Kansas City Chiefs on the practice squad, though. So he's filling in that role that CEH kind of left behind whenever he got activated. Pacheco, I think, is still looking promising for next week. We'll see. But I don't know. I wouldn't trust a whole lot from there.
Did Brees Hall change his name to Dameon Pierce?
Oh man, I wish.
Too soon?
I wish, man. It would have been so great.
Oh,
it would have been so great.
Mail. You should have mailed you all the trophy if you all were able to pull off that Brees Hall.
Bro, right?
I mean, Brees Hall in that offense.
I would have gave up the third. I would have. They were kind of doing like a tangential fourth that could be close. It's like, just give up the third. Come on, man.
Brees Hall in that offense, man. Brees Hall in that offense.
This would have been so great. And honestly, even just his blocking ability. I mean, he could just take 2 guys with his own self. But yeah, wide receivers are hurting on waivers. Yeah, Bam Knight. I think Trey Benson is finally coming back this week.
That's another problem too.
Maybe. I hope so, because Benson's been on my IR all freaking season long. And that is in the league where I am fighting just to even get to 500 and to get into the last playoff spot.
But the good news is if you have a receiver for the Arizona Cardinals and Trey Benson isn't coming back, that means that they're going to continue to throw the ball 72 times a game.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Brisket. Thank you for cooking. So good. And Sam Darnold revenge game against Minnesota next week. Yeah. Oh, I love it. Sam Darnold. We'll see what Sam Darnold shows up. I mean, has he been seeing Ghost again this week? Yeah.
Well, no. He said he did the whole F it. JSN's down there somewhere this past week. No, the 2 weeks ago against the Rams, because the Rams, I think, are just what they've done. What the Rams have done the past 2 weeks is they're a juggernaut right now. They are a wagon.
Yeah. And I really hate it. I was hoping that their mortgage of the entire team just to win that 1 year was going to last a little bit longer.
No, fuck them draft picks.
Yep, no, they're good. Yeah, he's so good. I know, man. And he looked great this week too. Just didn't make the top 10. But yeah, still was very good for your fantasy team. And hopefully we gave you guys something good. Josh, 4th and 20. I know we were going to try to keep it at 130. What are you thinking?
I don't have anything for 4th and 20 because we're punting. Here's the thing, guys. We're punting this thing probably for the rest of the season, because if you aren't getting your starters, like if you give us your start sits or questions in the comments, but literally it's at the end of the season, you're making your last season pushes. If you have any benching situations to go on, that's fine, but you probably know who you're going to start. You probably know who you're done with at this point. So the punt, pass, and kick stuff is great. I love it. But towards this end of the season, let us know what you got.
Well, 4th and 20, man. I feel like you need to chill. Just a little bit, man. It's not that serious. I'm not going to do what you think I'm going to do. Because it could be something else, right? We're talking about a situation in which you just really want to just yeah, it's 4th and 20, man. It doesn't have to be pump pass kick, because we did kind of have that for a little bit. I like that as a segment. We'll talk after the season. And, just kind of see what we want to kind of do with some of that stuff. But 4th and 20, it's the situation, man. You got to go for it. You got to go for it. And what you got to go for is the win. We talked about last week, not just, kicking your team. You got to go for it. So hopefully you guys do. Josh, anything 4th and 20 in that situation that you got?
I'm not gonna do what everyone thinks I'm gonna do. Flip out, man.
And that's how I feel every time I see Ramondre Stevenson on the active roster. No, as a Travion Henderson fan. But no. No, as far as going into the rest of the season, what I always will focus in on is making sure that I don't have to worry about a position.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. And if I'm worried about one position, and as long as it's not the running back position, I feel good about my roster. Because that's hard to substitute if you don't have that's why I don't like 0 RBs. I just don't. I kind of did a 0 RB. I kind of did, but I have Devon Achane, and Devon Achane was he was a 1st and 2nd round pick. So did I really punt on that? When I did punt on the, as far as this 4th and 20 is concerned with the punt, pass, and kick, what I did punt on in our Discord league, link down below. We'd love to have you over there. because we're probably going to have some positions open in our 12-man league next year.
Yeah, there's at least one.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I did punt on running backs in the first, and I have been scratching and clawing to get back. Every time I have punted on a wide receiver, on a running back in the first 2 rounds, it has been such a struggle to do so. So it's, I would say, as far as the punt, pass, and kick, if you're punting,
it's just 4th and 20. Don't worry about punt, pass, kick. We're done with that.
All right.
4th and 20.
4th
You're
and
going
20,
for it, man. What do you got?
I'm going for it.
What's your nugget?
My nugget is, if you have Matthew Stafford, you're really happy.
Yes, I love it.
And I would start Dak Prescott for the rest of the season because you have George Pickens.
I know, right?
Yes.
Oh, dude, it's so good. It's such a good position to be in. You know what else is a great position to be in is welcoming back Devon Achane. Oh my God, buddy, come on home.
Teflon Don.
Dude, that week against you was rough without him. By the way, also getting Quentin Johnston back, RJ Harvey, Franklin, Silky Johnston. So hopefully you get your players back again, because we're coming off that bye week. That was the Broncos, Chargers, Dolphins, Commanders. Get well, Terry McLaurin. Good Lord, we need you in some leagues. But Josh, I need you to let the fine folks at home know where else can they find you? And what else is going on this week?
Well, we've got a lot going on. We've got our bracket bitches tomorrow night, guys. We always do bracket shows for all the tournaments that go on in all the sports on this channel. We'd love to have you on. We always, me and Sol, always break down the brackets. Right now, we're doing NWSL and also MLS. We have all of our Discord members fill out brackets, obviously, like I said, link down below, and we kind of go through the games and stuff and let you all know how you're doing on those type of brackets. Spoiler alert, I never win them, so kind of crazy how that works there. But yeah, we'll be going live tomorrow night to kind of break down how those brackets are going there. Obviously, it all peaks off with March Madness in the NCAA.
Yep. That's really the bracket season.
That's really the bracket season. That's where bracket bitches, and if that is the most famous bracket of all, which is the March Madness bracket. I'm
excited though. Excited about this NWSL. Excited about that bracket, baby. I'm also excited about Ash and joining the chat. Thank you, Dominic. It's good to see you, brother. And also, Dominic, one more time, man. We got to do it.
One time for the birthday bitch. 2 times for the birthday bitch. 3 times for the birthday.
That's what you get. You get 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, baby.
But also, now this is going to be kind of obviously with the holidays. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. That all your friends and family. I hope you have a wonderful Turkey Day coming up this Thursday. But obviously, we typically do our Rev Sports Wrap It Up. Not going to be this week. We may have Ruckus Wrestling on this coming up this Thursday at myself and Justin Toner at 8:00 Central, 9:00 Eastern for that. But it's also on Turkey Day, so since if family gets kind of has stuff, we'll probably just kind of give you a full rundown the week later. Obviously, with War Games coming up, me and Justin will break that down for you there. And then we have our Rev Book Club that will be coming next Friday as well, me and Sol. And shout out to Ryan, who's joined us for every single one. But also, we would love to have the rest of our Discord members and you that haven't joined a Discord to come along for that as well. We vote on a book every week through our Discord, and then we read it that week and that month. And then we have a show, and we'd love to have you all join us for that as well. And then you have us every Monday, breaking down all the Travion Henderson should play over Ramondre Stevenson.
Yeah, we're going to do it. And hopefully we have you too. Fighting solves everything. As well as Ryan Moss again in the chat. Good to see you. Congrats on that win. Also, Chris the Gift Taylor. Jake. I don't remember him having those letters after, but Jake, good to see you again, man. Jets fan Jake.
It's probably on his phone. That's probably why.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe because we did the vertical mode.
Yeah, maybe.
And let us know how much like crap it looks like because it stacks it weird. I don't know. I wish there was a little bit more manipulation we could do on that. Just trying to find out anybody else. Yeah, I think that's it for the chats. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we did it. We appreciate you. You all have a blessed fantasy week. Nothing but the worst for anybody that you're playing, man. Especially coming to playoff times. We got to do that push, baby. Josh. See you, buddy.